Being voted best new restaurant in the country amid a pandemic means you must be doing something right. On this week's Food Friday, we are revisiting a downtown restaurant we featured last year, Tempest. We want to welcome back our friend, Chef Jamie Lynch, and Tempest General Manager Madison White. Congratulations to you both.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Best new restaurant in the country.
Yeah.
In the entire 50 states.
I know it.
Chef, let's talk a bit about that. First of all, why do you think you're voted best?
I mean, it's got to be the team. You know, we assembled an all-star team to get this restaurant off the ground, and I got to give kudos to them. I mean, everybody worked extremely diligently to put out the best possible local product we could. And, you know, Madison has been crushing it in the front of the house with our service team, putting out just amazing service every single night. So I think
I want to talk to Madison about that because that's extremely important. And I feel like that's something that is quite lacking. And I'll just put it out there. I'll say it here in the Low Country. I think we can do even better when it comes to service. But I want to also draw our attention to the actual menu because you did something that was unique to the Low Country, something that a lot of people were not doing in the preparation of seafood, which is a favorite here.
Right, totally. Yeah, so the approach that I took to it was, you know, I really fell in love with this kind of live fire kind of approach to cooking. And we thought that doing fresh, local, South Atlantic seafood over charcoal would be next level. And it really has proven to be something that's unique in the Low Country and unique for us. And it's a lot of fun to cook that way. And the charcoal, it adds such a delicate smoke to seafood that it's such a perfect marriage that I think that really works for our menu.
It's healthier as well, but it's true. It just gives a much better flavor. Now, Madison, congratulations. Have you ever been part of a restaurant that won such an accolade before?
I have not. This is my first restaurant opening, actually. So to go through that process and have it, I think what it means to me is that everything just gelled. You know, Jamie was talking about the service, but I think the award is basically saying that what we do back of house and what we do front of house and the ambiance and everything that people experience, it all worked the way we intended with the vision when we set out for this. So it's been extremely cool to be a part of.
Right out of the gate. Now, I know Tempest, it was scheduled to open a little bit earlier than it actually did. So was it excruciating having to deal with the pandemic and then delaying the opening of the restaurant?
There were challenges and difficulties for sure, but I think that through the process, there's a ton that goes into a restaurant opening. I think the biggest thing was just the uncertainty. Not knowing, okay, you'll open in a month, okay, you'll open in 2 months, and not being able to prepare. And like we talked about staffing, being able to staff up. And so the uncertainty and not necessarily having a guideline from the state and federal level of exactly how we should be doing it. I think that was those were some challenges, but we got through it and we're open and now the tables are full and laughter's in the air. So,
well, USA Today and the people have spoken. Chef did mention about service and you know, service, I think, is one of the most important aspects of your dining experience. Of course, the food is. You want to make sure that you're having a delicious meal, but it's also the ambiance and the way in which you are treated and served and taken through the process of dining out that is so important. So what's your philosophy behind all that?
You know, I think that one of my favorite compliments I got was from a guest that came in maybe a month ago, and they said with everything going on in the world, they sat for 3 hours and they sat on our patio outside in this, you know, beautiful weather, and they just sipped wine and had good conversation. And the compliment was that they felt like we made them forget about everything that was going on. And that was the vision. That was what we set out to do, was really to make it an experience that you could leave everything else behind and come in and just enjoy yourself and enjoy the food and enjoy the conversation and you know, the beautiful piece in the ceiling that is one of a kind, really. You know, it's just, we hit all the marks, I think.
Yeah, Chef Jamie's restaurants are known for that wow factor, Five Church being one of them as well. But certainly you hit the nail on the head. It's an escape. When you dine out, at a restaurant such as yours, you want it to be an escape. Well, this is a good place to take a break. When we come back, you have a couple of dishes for us. I want to show our audience some of the menu items that you do prepare there. So we'll do that in 2 minutes. Welcome back. On this Food Friday, we are featuring Tempest downtown, which was voted USA Today's best new restaurant in the country. We are joined by Chef Jamie Lynch and Tempest General Manager Madison White. And we were just talking about the flavors, Chef, that you wanted to evoke in your dishes. Not that deep fried seafood that you can get anywhere, but something with a charcoal foundation, if you will. Something that is tasty, yet light, and just beautifully prepared. Madison, you have a couple of dishes sitting in front of you. Can you show us what a couple of those dishes are that you have on your menu? Yes. Oh, beautiful. What is this?
Yeah, so this first one that she's showing you is our charcoal roasted whole fish. The one that she's showing you today is a local beeliner snapper. Comes from a local fishing boat. They actually dock right off of Folly Beach. On the inlet there, and that's where we get some of our local, fish from, straight off the boat. So we just did this real simply with some herb salad, fresh lemon over the charcoal.
That's great. And what is the other dish that you have there, Madison?
So the local crudo dish that we're doing here is local flounder, caught right on the inlets in Charleston. This is just really simply dressed with a blood orange vinaigrette and a little bit of horseradish cream. And the idea here is just like not to mask these really delicate, beautiful textures and flavors of the fish.
That's incredible. And I love that you are very focused on local fish, local fishermen or fisherwomen. And even on your menu, you will tell us who caught what we're eating.
Absolutely. It's such, one thing I learned when I started my farm a couple of years ago was the importance of sustainability. And if we intend to be doing this, offering this seafood, low country seafood for the long term, we really need to pay attention to the sustainability of the fish that we're using. And I find that using local fishermen that are using, respectful practices in their fishing, respecting the limits, respecting how they're catching the fish and not destroying the ecosystems while they do it, is paramount for us to be able to serve the freshest local stuff we can get, but also to ensure that we'll have those products in the future for us to share with everybody.
I think that's a wonderful message. Now you've had a panache for thinking outside the box. Your talents made you a chef testant on Bravo's Top Chef twice. What is next? What's coming down the pipe?
Ooh, what's next? Good question, Leyla. You always surprise me with that one.
That means you got something up your sleeve.
Right. We always have something up our sleeves. We have a restaurant concept we're going to roll out later in 2021 in Nashville, Tennessee. So I'm really excited about that. That'll be coming in a few months. And then there's a couple other kind of outside the box ideas that we're kicking around. We're talking about maybe doing some, virtual cooking kind of membership stuff where we can share some of our techniques and stuff with our fans and with our guests.
Well, your passion is palpable, and it certainly comes through even over Skype. So I want to congratulate you again. Congratulations, Madison. Keep up the good work. And we so appreciate you sharing this wonderful news with us. Best new restaurant in the country, USA Today. It's amazing.
Thank you so much for having us.
We're back after this.